again, friends. It's Sharon from Mad Paper Crush here. Welcome back to my channel. Today, I'm going to be doing a little unboxing of a Your Creative Studio box, and then we're going to make some of these beautiful items that you see on my table here. And I thought that I would start putting them in a journal. So I just pulled out a journal that I had made some time ago, and I thought we could find different pages to add some of these things to. So whether I just, open up to a page here, and maybe we take this one and we make it into a tuck spot right here. So you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and go for it. So this was a little card that we're going to make, and you'll see how we make this in a little bit. But it's always nice to have some things on hand that you can very quickly decorate your journals with. And then I think maybe this tag would work the best in here in my little tuck spot. But there you go. There's one project put together. And then maybe we can find another page. I don't know. Let's see. Maybe this one, because the blue and the little bit of blue in here is a nice little contrast. Maybe I'll grab just a little clip here to put this one in, because this tag does have a back, so I might want to journal on there. So we'll just leave that in there like that. And then I won't do them all right now, but you can get the idea. Once we make some ephemera, you can very easily translate them into pockets or tuck spots or things that you can put into a journal to use at a later time. So let's do an unboxing and then get to these projects. All right, so first let's do a little unboxing, and this one says flower. It is from June 2022, so I'm excited to see what's in it. I love botanicals, and so seeing some flowers and stuff would be great. And usually her cards kind of give you an indication of what some of the things that might be in here. So this is, I love the colors here, the sort of burnt oranges and blues and greens. I think that looks great. All right, so let's get this going. I'm going to try not to rip this paper too much because this is fun to use on other things as well. And I think I'll maybe just put this over here, and we'll kind of come in here one at a time. All right, so these are wrapped in plastic, so we're going to have to go back and do those because I don't want to open all that necessarily on camera, because that'll take forever. This is a cling stamp, and I think I'm already going to like, oh, there's two of them in here. So these are some roses with words. I like that. And then looks like a single little rose there, and a rose with some leaves on it. So lots of cling stamps. I love those. And this is looks like some washi tape. Ooh, that's pretty. I do love the colors on that. So that'll be fun to use. And then this is another cling stamp, it says. Maybe a little bit bigger one. Let me see if I can get this one off. Ooh, yes, a nice big one with several different flowers and leaves and things. A little collage there of flowers. That's really pretty. I like that one. Okay, let's see what else we got here. So most of these, it's hard to kind of tell what they are until you get the package open itself, but take this one out. Ooh, this one looks like little stickers and fussy cut items. And they feel like stickers. Sometimes it's hard to tell. There's no lines on here. But if you kind of move this back and forth, yes, these are stickers. So these are fun. And these are more yellow roses. So the washi tape has some red flowers. I'm not sure if those are all those roses. That kind of look like a poppy there. So partial postcards. Got some butterflies in here. So lots of, these would be really pretty decorations for pages and things. So it looks like there's doubles of all of these images. That one's fun. And some old paper. There's a birdie on that one. Some more butterflies. Some, looks like dried roses here. And then some more flowers. So that's very neat. So this looks like a apothecary, a druggist paper. So that's fun. I really like those. And like I said, those will be fun to add to pages, or even these could be used for like cover images too of something. All right, I don't think I'm going to get all these back in here since they're all different shapes and I kind of had them all over the place. So I will just put those aside like that for now. And what do we have? This says retro labels. So these I'm thinking are probably stickers as well. They look like it from the back. And these have some, looks like some gold foiling or some foiling on there, not necessarily gold. This one looks a little rose colored. And then some vintage type labels here. So a bunch of different things. And look, there's looks like a monorail in there. And some more just label shapes. Different labels, different frames. I like that. Looks like some sample or some stamps here kind of thing maybe, or possibly a ticket. That actually looks like a part of a ticket. And I like that these are kind of small, so you know they're a little bit they could be used, you know, just kind of as a final addition to something or something like that. So those are fun. Looks like another big pack of, I'm not sure if they're, it says paper ephemera. These might just be, I don't know if these are going to be stickers. And actually, no, they do not look like they are. But lots of flowers. So let's see, we got just some small ones here. And then looks like some really big ones. And these are nice for decorating pages as well. Got some banner flags here. Whoops, more small fussy cuts that you could add. So there's some leaves. You could probably add these together to make it look like a full flower. And then lots of bigger pieces here. And these just feel like, you know, cardstock paper there. So lots of little wreath type things. I think I saw in the back like an actual wreath. There's some more just labels, tags. Here they are. These little full wreaths. Those are cute. Very fun. Okay. And then we got some papers. So let me just kind of pull the rest of this out and get this out of the way. All right, so let's start with this. This looks like tissue paper. So this kind of like, I think I've gotten these in these boxes before. It's very thin. It's not exactly like napkin, but it's very thin like tissue paper. Yeah, I don't even think I'm going to take it out because I'm afraid I'll never get it back in. But you can see it's very thin. This would be perfect to do like some decoupage with or something like that. So we're going to leave that in there for now. And then it looks like we have a sheet of flower stickers, black and white. A couple big ones, a couple small ones. And some more stickers. These have some clovers on them. So those are fun. And they have a clear background. So those are fun to put over like a book page or something like that where you can kind of see some of what's behind it through it. And then this feels like just paper. And there's a piece of clear plastic there. That's kind of interesting. And then this is just paper. It feels very light, but I like these. These are great for collage or background papers. It looks like these are a lot of scripts, handwritings. Those are really fun. And since they're so light, they might be easy to kind of age a little bit, you know, by tearing them or scuffing up the edges or something like that. But these are, I like those. Those are nice. Not sure exactly what this vellum thing is for, but I'm sure we could do something with it. And then this last package is more paper, I believe. Just different sizes. And these actually looks like they fit the theme of some of these other things. So like the washi tape here and the, oops, all these things under here. These stickers and things, they look like they kind of match the color scheme of that as well. So here are some, looks like maybe, I don't know how big these are. Yeah, like 3x4 size here. So those are cute, and it looks like some regular paper, some cardstock, and a vellum. That's really neat that you get sort of different versions of everything. So it looks like there's 2 regular paper, 1 cardstock, and 1 vellum, all of the same pattern. So yep, that's another one. I really like the vellum ones. Those are fun. And then let's see if the bigger ones are kind of the same thing. Let's see. Ooh. These look like little frames. Looks like it's supposed to have a belly band, but these are the same. You got 2 regular paper, 1 cardstock, and then 1 vellum, all in the same pattern. So those are very cool. And then just some pattern paper, which I like that that's included too, so you could use it as a background for something. And then this is another size, and it does look like it's the same thing. So we got 2 regular papers, and this one is heavier. It's on like a cardstock. And then you have your vellum one. More just decorative papers here, but the same thing. There's lots of vellum and cardstock in here, which is fun. I like that. And there, that pattern is the last one there. All right, and let me just go, I'm gonna go open these up and then we'll check out what's in here. All right, I got the plastic off of these. So let's open these up and take a look at what they are. And I love that the boxes are fun. You could definitely take these apart and use for different things, collage and things like that too, if you wanted to. All right. Ooh, this looks like a box of vellum, different vellum things. Maps, business, advertisements. Oh, this isn't all vellum, but got some regular paper here as well. We love that one with all the different ads for different things on there. All right, and then we have this. Now these feel like stickers, so they have kind of a, I don't know if you can see that, but it's got kind of a shiny backing, which usually means this is a sticker, and it's probably like a vellum sticker, which is even more fun. Because this is another one of those things, yep, that you could put on top of, you know, a backing that you could see through too. So that's really fun. And that looks like a bow. A couple of cutouts there. Lettering. Advertisements. This looks like the top of a map, possibly. So these are just squares of different things, and then mixed in with like a full page of, you know, map. That's a map cutout, and probably these advertisement cutouts. And then there's some of these different ones that looks like there might be some kind of quote on there. Unfortunately, I cannot read that script or language. I'm not sure what that is, but then this one like has little tickets on there. So you could probably fussy cut those if you wanted to, since you would see the outline if you wanted to do that. So lots of different things in here. More map, another little cutout thing. I like some of the words and stuff like that. I'm not sure, like that's pretty cool, something like that. I don't know what I'll do with some of those ones that look like they have cutouts, like something like this, unless I would, you know, cut it out and use it, you know, just it by itself. Because I'm not sure I would put that whole square down on something, since you could see around the edges. Same with this one. I might want to try to fussy cut some of that. And there's some cardstock things in here. But I do love the different advertisements and things. That's fun. So these would be great for, you know, decorating tags and different things like that. Okay, so that was what's in there. And then this one has a lot in it. I'm not sure exactly what they are yet. Oh, this looks like a little book. Look at that. Flower Moon. Ooh, a book of stamps. So there you go. That's interesting. And then these, let's see. I'll just kind of flip through them here a little bit. Lots of different flowers, it looks like. Roses. Looks like some maybe cherries, fruits of some sort, strawberries, butterflies, lots of different ones on here. Fruits, I love those. Lots of different ones here. Now let me see, one kind of fell out, so let's take a look at that one. So it is a book, but obviously you can pull out the pages if you want to. And these also feel like they're probably stickers. And they are. Now these look like they're a little bit see-through, kind of like the other ones. So once again, I might, you know, cut on the edges of these so that the rest of the sticker itself didn't show. But these I would definitely use. So they're fun little, and I kind of like that they're square, kind of a different shape than you, and bigger than you would normally find, you know, different stamps. So that is what's in the box. So let's see if we can put something together with this. Okay, I've pulled out a couple things, and I thought I would just try to do a quick project first, and then maybe if we have some time, I will try to do another one. So what I did was I pulled out the cardstock pieces that were the 4x3 pieces, because I thought these would be fun to make into I mean, they could be small note cards. You could actually put them into your journal as a tuck spot or a pocket or something like that. But I thought, because these papers are really kind of pretty anyway, I thought it would be fun to do something relatively simple on them. And so I picked out some of these clear stickers that had mostly words on them, since there's not really any words on these papers. And I thought I would start with adding them on, and then we could use some of the fussy cut items, the flowers and things like that on top. So for this one, I'm going to try to see if I have it kind of even there. And I thought if I just kind of put them in different places, they would match, but they would also be a little bit different. So then I got these little fussy cut pieces, and I think I'm going to grab my my distress ink here and just put a little bit of distress on these. I think that will help them pop away from the paper as well. And then I'm going to grab my glue here, and we'll see if we can see how this will look put together, because I think this will just give it enough interest that you could just pop these right into a journal and use them as you're decorating. So these will be good to have on hand, you know, to put into a journal. So this could be, you know, you could just put glue on the, you know, side here and make it a little tuck spot so that something would go in here. I like that there's, you know, a couple that's tall, a couple that's wide, no matter, you know, how I wanted to do them here. Let's do this one next, since it's a wide one next. And I thought we would, you know, once again, I found a sticker with a bunch of words on it here, and then I would put the fussy cut flower on top of that. So for these last two cards, I'm going to be doing basically the same thing. I really like having cards that are different in color or shape or something like that, but also the same. So they bring in a lot of the same elements. So I have those little stickers with words, and then I have some fussy cut flowers on top. So this one I'm trying to decide, you know, if I want to do it long, the horizontal or vertical, and I ended up deciding on going horizontal because I thought it would be fun to add this maybe as a journal pocket when I decided to put it in my journal. So I'm just doing the same thing. I'm adding the sticker first right to the middle this time and adding my fussy cut flower on top. I thought we might make some tags quick here. And so what I did was I started with one of the pieces of cardstock. So this is rather plain, which you could probably journal on. And this will kind of be the back of my tag. And then I took one of the pieces of vellum, and I thought I would put that on the back to be a starter for the front of the tag. These are going to be big tags. I was going to cut them down just a little bit. Let me grab my cutter here. I was thinking that a tag that was about 3.5 inches would be good. So I'm going to see if I can, and of course I'll keep that little extra. And so this total is about 4 3/4. So if I want to go down to 3 1/2, I wanted to take, since you can kind of see that this has a frame on here, I wanted to maybe take a little bit off of each side instead of just taking off one side. So let's see, 3 1/2. Actually, I think I just kind of eyeballed it, and I think I did pretty good there. So that's these two together, and then I can make a angled edge, but I think I'm going to use my little crocodile here, and we'll use this little, I think this is called the scallop edge, for the top of my tag on both sides, like that. Okay, I like how that's coming together. And then I was thinking we could start layering a little bit of things on top. So let me just see. I was thinking I grabbed a piece of paper here that I thought I could use. I don't even know if I'm going to use this whole thing, but it has some white edges that I want to take off there. So I was thinking it might be, actually I should probably glue this down first, huh? That would probably make good sense here. And I'm going to be careful, since this is the vellum, I don't really want this glue to show through in the lines that I'm making. So I'm going to try to see if I can kind of smooth them out so that they don't really show. Let's see if that works. Now I have to try and get these put down together. There we go. I think that worked pretty well. And I don't think you can see the glue lines there, so that's a good thing, but I will add a little bit of distress in case I wasn't perfect in lining up my vellum with the cardstock there. And I'll probably make sure there's some distress on these edges too. All right, so that looks nice. And then I think as I go here, let me go ahead and start kind of working some of this together. I think this might be a little long. Maybe I'll cut it down here. Like about that much of that one. And then I kind of wanted to just maybe tear some of this. And so we'll see if I can make this work, because I love this handwriting. And then let's see if I can, because I'd like some of those flowers to be showing, but it's okay if not all of them are showing. I like that. And then I thought maybe we could use one of these on the top. These seem a little big right now. That one definitely seems big. See if there's another one. And these are, ooh, maybe like that. I think I like that. All right, let's get this glued down. Okay. And now, of course, you got to add a little bit of decoration to the back. So I thought I would find something in here with a lot of contrast. So I think that'll be nice. And I'm just going to cut the edges of these off so that they don't show too much where the edges are. All right. And then these kind of work like those other stickers that we looked at. It's gonna probably roll a little. That's all right. That's the way we roll. And we'll just add this to the corner. And I like that. And then where's my washi tape? I think we could add some washi tape here too. Maybe we'll add that to the side. Not sure which side yet, but let's see. I can always take it off if I don't like it. And just going to try and tear both ends so that they match. And I was going to fold it over, but I think I'm just going to leave it right on the whole edge there so that the back of my tag has a little bit of decoration on it as well. All right, and I just went and grabbed a little bit of lace so we can finish this off. So I just cut a small piece there, and I'm just going to put it down with some glue on both sides, making a little loop. And my glue is obviously starting to run out here. All right, and we'll put this aside and let this dry while we start working on our next one. All right, I've picked out my next two pieces, and this time I'm using the cardstock for this picture here, and I've picked out this just patterned vellum to go on the back. Now, you can see these are definitely not the same size, so I need to cut them down. So we're going to do the same thing we did with the other one, and I am going to just kind of spread my glue around to be sure it doesn't show through the vellum at all. Okay, another good starting point. And now what I decided to do with this one, I wasn't crazy about the line down the middle here. So I thought I would take some of this paper and kind of make a half and half tag. So I thought something like this would look like fun. And the curve of this, I like that it looks like it's a little bit torn. And maybe what I'll do is just kind of add a little bit more distress to it by just dragging my fingernail across there. Not too much, just a little bit. And then what I'm going to do is, let's see, the easiest way to do this might be to add my glue to the card itself, and then we'll cut around it. So I basically want this paper to be here. And since I don't have the exact outline, I'm just going to put this on the edge of the glue line and kind of move it forward so that I'm getting all the glue kind of smushed in the place that I want. And then if I need to wipe that down later, I can. I have a little goo eraser that will help take off smeared glue. And I love this tool because it really does help clean things up a little bit if you have some glue in some different places. All right. We cleaned up pretty much all of that. So that's good. And then once again, we will cut around this. I'm going to try and leave most of this page intact because I could certainly use it somewhere else if I wanted to. Ooh, I kind of love that. The way it just kind of looks like that. Now, I thought either I could just use a big piece on here, but I don't want to cover up too much of this if I can help it. So I was thinking maybe, let's see, we could maybe add some of these other pieces that aren't as, or even, ooh, here's an idea. Actually, I think I like that even better, so that it kind of blends the whole thing together. And now this one is bigger, and I didn't do my tag ends yet, so let me do that quick here. And I think I'm going to match these all. Now I know it's not the same width, but I'm still going to use the scallop edge to kind of make this a nice fat tag. I don't think that one went exactly right. Let's see if I can do that again. There we go. And then we'll add this like that. And I love the way that looks. All right, I found this little ribbon here, and I was thinking about just using a staple for this, but my staples are silver, and I think I want to kind of keep this a little bit more on the brassy side. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold this over to the angle that I like, which I think might be something like that. And then I'm just going to do a little stitch right here to hold this on as my tag topper. All right, I added my little tag topper there, and I still need to add a little bit of decoration to the back. So I decided to use this little piece here. I thought that would be nice somewhere. And then I also went ahead and cut out another one of these stamps because they're just too much fun not to add wherever. And so since I'm going to put that one on that side, I'm going to add this one to this side here, and grab a little glue. All right. And once again, we'll let this dry, and we'll start on our third one. Okay, I've picked out my third papers, and I went ahead and got started since this was basically the same as the other ones. This one is also going to be kind of a wide tag because I didn't want to cut down this beautiful image on here. So I picked out another piece of vellum, and I went ahead and attached that to the back like I've been doing. I'm going to go ahead and make my scallops here at the top with my little punch there. And then I picked out this polka dot pattern because I thought the tones were the same, and I just thought it would be a nice contrast. So I want to keep this rather small because I don't want to cover up too much of the picture there, but I do want to add some, you know, interest here. So I'm just gonna tear this here. We'll end up cutting it off when we get to that point. And then I'm going to just glue on the bottom where I want this to go. So I don't want to cover up that butterfly. And I'm just gonna try to add some of this contrasting paper to the bottom here. And then of course, cut off the excess here. Looks like I might have this not exactly even. So let me just, even though I've cut it off already, I don't know, I can't tell that much. So if you can tell, don't tell me. All right, and then I want a little bit of this. So I like the way that these words go, that they're, you know, horizontal here. And I thought I would try to take just enough because I still want to leave some of this polka dot showing, of course. Kind of like that. And this is very light paper. It feels like it's on newsprint, which I actually kind of enjoy. I think it's nice to have a different weight of paper on there. Okay. And then, just for sort of a final decoration, I was thinking about adding a little bit of this circle, and I'm going to have it overlap the end, and I'm going to cut it off. But before I put it on, let's just make sure we've got some distress on here. And I'm not sure. I'm going to try to do it how much glue I think should be on the edge, but we might have to adjust as we go here, because I don't want my snail to get cut off. That was okay. So I'm going to let that dry just a little bit before I start cutting that one off. But while that's going, after I get my little flower and leaf pieces distressed, we're going to add those to there too. So I thought it would be kind of fun to have these go in and out of the circle, maybe like that, maybe even not touching, something like that. All right. Yeah. And then if we put that one up there, some of that's going to get cut off too, but that's okay. All right, while that dries, I'm going to go ahead and do some of the back here. So once again, I think I want to pick, instead of a stamp this time, I think I'm going to go back to wherever those little, here we go, advertisement squares and stuff were. Since this is nice and plain, I could add something like that. Let's see what I got in terms of words and fun things here. And that's kind of fun. I think we might go with that one. And I am going to cut it down. just so it's easier to kind of place it right where I want it. And this one, let's see, I'm going to put this right on the edge here, kind of up towards the top. And then I'm going to use a little bit, actually, you know what? Let's use, instead of more washi tape, although we can add that at the end, let's use one of our stamps. So I think I'm going to try this one with the rose and the words there. Now, I've taken off one layer of this acetate here, and so I'm hoping this will stick, but sometimes it works a little bit better. I just took my water bottle and added a little bit of water to my fingers to see if I can give that some adhesion there, and I think that's going to work. And we have to decide what color we're going to use. I think I want to use a color. Maybe this plum color would look nice. Let's give it a shot. I'm going to just go with it. And these, I have found that these stamps are very detailed. So you need to really be sure you're covering every little bit because they are very intricate. Now I can feel it sliding off already. So let me make sure this is attached. I'm going to turn it over away from the paper first before I put it on the paper to make sure it's attached. And then let's see if we can get this to give us a nice print. Yes. Look at that. I think I was a little bit crooked. That's me. And we'll take this off. Let me let that dry a minute and we'll go get a topper for this one. Okay, I decided I wanted to use some more of the polka dot as the topper for this one just because I thought it would help bring everything together. So what I'm going to do with this, since it's just a piece of scrapbook paper with a, glaringly white back, I'm just going to add some of this newsprint that I have left over to it so that if it shows, as I'm putting it on, it won't show this stark white color here. So just gonna kind of add this anywhere. And once again, we'll cut it down to fit. My piece of paper here that I'm kind of using as my guide is just about 3.5 inches and by 2 inches here, in case you were wondering. And then what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to make this into a little tab. So I have my little tab maker that we're going to use. I'm going to keep those pieces. So I'll grab this, and then what I'm going to do first before I punch anything is I'm going to fold it in half. And I should probably trim up these edges, make sure they are matching, which they are not. Not that you're going to see, because one side is going to go on one side of one end's going to go on one side of the tag, and one end's going to go on the other side of the tag. And I see that I did not trim that so well over there. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make myself a little tab. And to do that, I'm going to use this tab punch here. And right now it's in the corner rounder position. So let me get it in the tab top position. And then I'm just going to turn this over and do the same thing. And then I'm going to cut this down just a little bit. So let me just take a look at what we've got here. I could leave it nice and long, which let me just see how that would look. No, I think I definitely need it shorter. All right, so I'm going to turn it into, I think I'm just going to turn it into a regular size tab. I wasn't thinking I was going to do this at first, but looking at it now, I think that will work best. Move that out of the way. And then this kind of pull in the polka dot from below. And since the back is covered, I don't have to worry about any of that showing. I wasn't going to glue it together, but I might as well go ahead and glue it together. So covering the back may not have had kind of been a moot point, but the good thing about it is it will give this some stabilization as well. Since that scrapbook paper is just that, it'd be nice to have a little stabilization in there so that it's not kind of a flimsy tab. All right, and I'm just trying to sort of eyeball it, make sure we've got this centered, make sure it's kind of on the tag where I want it, which I think that it is. All right, and let's just pull these three out. You can see these lovely tags that we have. I love the way they came together. And then we have our little note cards as well. That were pockets that we could put into our journal as well. So there you have it, friends. I really liked the theme of this month's Your Creative Studio box, and I hope you enjoyed the projects that we did. And I hope you have a great day. Thanks so much for watching. If you like this video, I hope that you'll give it a thumbs up. And if you're not a subscriber, I hope that you go ahead and subscribe. I will see you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.